What's up guys, my name is Andrew and this is Motorcycles Off-Road. If you haven't been here before, primarily my channel is about my Honda CRF 300L and my Tenere 700. I ride various other motorcycles, but mostly these are mine, and a lot of my riding I do is off-road. For all the people who followed the channel and are returning here, maybe have notifications on, this is the first time you're actually seeing my face. So I just wanted to throw this in there, and today's video is about ABS, so let's get into the video. Thanks guys. Today I want to talk about ABS versus non-ABS, and I want to open the discussion to you guys. Do you have ABS? Do you like ABS? What's your take? Let me know in the comments below. Some people like it, some people are completely against it, and I'll give you my take on the subject in this video.
During an emergency braking situation, the wheels can lock up, causing the motorcycle to skid or slide out from under you. A bike with ABS has electronic sensors to detect the lockup before it occurs. When the rider applies the brakes, ABS can then apply just the right amount of brake pressure to maximize braking performance. This helps the bike slow down without losing traction, reducing skidding and stopping distance.
Okay, so firstly I want to say both before mentioned road legal bikes have ABS. I would have to say one of them I enjoy it and the other one was not desired. For some people in other countries, that is not an option. When I reviewed the KLX 300L versus the Honda CRF 300L, a bunch of people said the KLX was not offered in their country or their area because lack of ABS. But before we break down why you may or may not want it, let's briefly talk about what ABS does for all the new riders who don't know. So your ABS system is a computer moderated system in which it judges the wheel speed of the front or rear tire. When your motorcycle begins to lose traction, the computer will relieve hydraulic pressure to that wheel and reapply the pressure. And it does this very fast. You may have felt this in your car before or your motorcycle when you push down the brake pedal and you feel it pulsating, almost like giving you some pushback. Brakes are a pressurized system, so this makes sense that as the computer relieves the pressure, you're actually going to feel it too. Well, that could sound great, right? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I will say on the road, it's more of a positive than anything, especially for newer riders. Many crashes happen because not the fault of the rider at all, because vehicles tend to pull out in front of motorcycles. At that point, your body and your mind react accordingly, and for a lot of people, they add panic pressure to their brakes. Panic pulling the front brake a lot of times will instantly lead to the bike laying down, sends it right to the ground. Physics would dictate that the vehicle wants to stay to its plane of motion, and you are now blocking that plane of motion, so the momentum of the vehicle looks for a way around it. A lot of times this result can be catastrophic. Now you see, ABS can be a good thing, but let's talk about why you wouldn't want ABS. To me, what comes to mind straight away is there's three possible reasons why you would not want ABS. Number one, it could just be because you're an a-hole. Number two, cost and weight. And number three, off-road. So let's break down my reasoning. Strangely, a common reason why people don't want ABS in their bikes is because basically they're just a-holes or they're judgmental. It's not tough and it's not the cool kind of attitude. I'm just saying, not everybody who doesn't want ABS is but if you're one of the people that says, if you need ABS, you shouldn't be riding, then honestly, you should just go away and keep your negative, toxic comments to yourself. See, we're all human and we learn at different speeds, and we all start somewhere. I would rather see someone have ABS and it saved them from dropping their bike or getting injured, along with making them more comfortable on the motorcycle, than being more uncomfortable and disregarding this as not a good feature. As far as saying if you need this, then you shouldn't be riding, to me that's a super negative perspective. I, for one, respect anyone who rides and enjoys this hobby. It takes a special kind of person to embrace this hobby and enjoy motorcycles, and even more so if you're someone who rides off-road. Furthermore, we want more people into the hobby. We want more people buying motorcycles. That's how we get innovation. We also want more people to sign petition and to protest with us side by side when they try to take away our motorcycle laws. So if somebody feels more comfortable with the idea of having ABS, then you should not discourage them or be negative towards them in any way. It's just another person trying to find their path. At least that's my opinion on the matter. So let's go to my number two. So ABS does cost more and it adds a couple pounds. On road, that doesn't really matter. It's pretty much insignificant, but a lot of people like to hyper dramatize the effect of weight on dual sports, and it will tell you that, you know, the extra 2 pounds is detrimental to your dual sporting when you get ABS. And I understand that can be a problem when you're trying to make the bike as light as possible. My Honda 300L costs an extra $300 for ABS and weighs 2 pounds more. That's about a kilo. It's mostly my off-road bike. Did I want ABS? Well, no, I didn't. But at the time, and even now, it's still very hard to get that motorcycle. It's a rare bike, and that's the bike that came in, so I was in no position to say no. I just took it with the ABS and paid the extra $300. I really wanted this bike, and I had no other options. And on my off-road videos, if you have a real keen eye, you will see that the ABS light is on, showing that it is disabled. I mean, it's easy to disable it on the bike itself by just holding down the ABS button for 2 seconds, and then it's off, but you could forget sometimes, and a lot of times that just turns off the ABS to the rear, which for tons of people, that's awesome. But for me, I don't like ABS on the front, and sometimes I've progressed my skills to a point where I might actually want a harder bite or almost a lock on the front tire. See, when riding off-road, ABS gets really confused. When you slip, it doesn't know how to react because you're constantly on a slippery plane. Riding in sand and stuff can almost be like riding on ice when you have ABS. And it can be more dangerous because the ABS cannot keep up with how much you're slipping, and it could just run you off your track and right into the woods. So in general, if you do have a motorcycle that has ABS that you can toggle, you want to turn it off in off-road situations. But I can also show you an example here of a slick surface in which the ABS really helps the rider not drop his bike, and you see that the non-ABS bike heads straight for the ground. And of course, in a lot of situations, you may want to lock the rear tire to skid around turns and do other fun stuff off-road. Now my Tenere, for example, the ABS button turns it into off-road mode, which completely turns ABS on the front and rear. So maybe that's something to look into when you buy a motorcycle, particularly if you want to use it off-road. Okay, so now we talked about why you would want ABS, why you wouldn't want ABS, and as I said, let me know in the comments below. Maybe in your area you could only buy bikes that have ABS. I think in particularly Australia has went this way, or they're moving towards this direction, and as far as us in the US, that's really nothing they have dictated yet, so we still have offerings of bikes without it. But I hope you found this video informative, and maybe it gave you a little more insight and knowledge, and that you found value in the time you spent on this video. If so, please subscribe, hit the like button. All these help me out as I am a small channel, and I'm trying to grow this channel little by little. So thanks for watching, guys. My name is Andrew, and this is Motorcycles Off-Road. Stay safe out there, guys.